training. Recruits hail from England, Scotland, New Zealand and Queensland. Police Commissioner Grant Stevens says there's no time to waste.
And they'll start their operational careers tomorrow. We have officers going to Whyalla, Port Pirie and to all of our districts in the metropolitan area, and we're excited about the fact that these experienced police officers, having been inducted into SAPOL, are now going out to share their knowledge and experience with other members of South Australia Police on the front line.
It's hoped the recruitment drive will attract a total of 200 officers. Former State Liberal leader David Speers says the past few months have been stressful. In court today, the 40-year-old learned prosecutors have reinstated a second charge of supplying or administering a drug to another person. The charge was initially dropped after his first court appearance. Leaving court, Mr Speers says he respects the process.
I would like to see a resolution sooner rather than later, but I respect the judicial process in this state. Obviously been part of decision-making in this state for some time, and I just look forward to working through the process in a logical and methodical way.
Queensland residents living within the Moreton Island communities will be the first to experience the impacts of tropical cyclone Alfred, according to current tracking. Waves up to 7 metres high have already been recorded off North Stradbroke Island. Additional generators have been sent to the islands, as well as extra health staff. Premier David Crisafulli says time is running out for those who want to leave the islands.
Passenger ferry services will cease today. There is a staged approach for vehicle barges, but one thing's for certain, the window to make a decision if you live on those islands is closing really quickly. Once you make the decision to go or to stay, we will support you, but you've got to make the decision.
The federal government says there's been good progress in the latest gender pay gap data, but more must be done. Over the past 12 months, more than half of all employers have narrowed the gap between men's and women's average wages, but only 1 in 5 have closed it altogether. Minister for Women, Katie Gallagher, says there's still a long way to go, but things are heading in the right direction.
More employers reduced their gender pay gap this year. The size of the gaps are coming down, and importantly, which was part of the reason why we wanted this data out there, we're seeing more and more employers engage in what's happening in their businesses themselves.
And Neil Young has announced he'll kick off his European tour by staging a free concert in Ukraine. The 79-year-old is in talks to secure a date and a venue. Now turning to 5AA sport, and both AFL games scheduled in Queensland on Thursday and Saturday have been postponed due to Tropical Cyclone Alfred. The Brisbane-Geelong clash will most likely be played in round 3. The Gold Coast-Essendon game will be played much later in the season. The league is yet to fill in the details. Well, the AFL captains have had their say on the upcoming season, with the majority tipping Brisbane to win back-to-back premierships. Nick Dacos is the skipper's pick for the Brownlow medal, while Jeremy Cameron is favoured to win the Coleman. Australia could field 2 frontline spin bowlers in tonight's Champions Trophy semi-final against India. Stand-in skipper Steve Smith says it's a serious consideration due to the spin-friendly pitch in Dubai.
I think Glenn Maxwell's probably better than a part-timer. You know, Travis Head's done well when the conditions suit as well. Marnus can bowl. We've got Tanveer Sangha in the squad who's got some quality skill as well. So we've got plenty of options. We'll wait and see which way we want to throw that at India.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
Bendigo Farm, burst Watermain Wright Road near Walkley's Road for Savo. Taringi, urgent works on Norton Summit Road near Taringi Drive. And urgent sewer works a bit on the nose today at Golden Grove, the Grove Line near Golden Grove Road. Getting busy South Road, Edwardstown slow, the Porter Expressway, Port Adelaide with the camera of the Savo. Frederick Road at Seaton. Yes, Adelaide Central Market is open today. Find the best of SA, great specials and all your favourite goodies all under the one roof. AdelaideCentralMarket.com. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast: sunny this afternoon, sunny tomorrow 31, Thursday cloud clearing 28, Friday mostly sunny 34. Right now it's 33 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, former opposition leader David Speers once again facing 2 drug supply charges. Hear what he had to say outside court. Millions brace for Cyclone Alfred. How will it impact the AFL season opener? The Hyundai vehicles being recalled because of a fire risk. And the new generation of home brands saving you up to 40%. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
When you've been around for over a century, you know a thing or two. And South Australian Business Chamber and Ray White have almost 300 years between them. So when an alliance is formed between South Australian Business Chamber and Ray White Business Sales SA, all that experience flows to you. This ensures you're in top shape, whether you're buying, selling, or somewhere in between. Touch base with the experts. Search Ray White Business Sales SA. Proudly partnered with South Australian Business Chamber.
Drive into the Tasmanian wilderness, wildlife, wine and coastal wonders with a 12-night self-drive holiday with Tasmanian Vacations and Phil Hoffman Travel. Stay in cabins across Hobart, Strawn, Cradle Mountain, Launceston, Swansea and Port Arthur. Includes car hire, entry to Port Arthur and Devils at Cradle, a National Parks Pass and more from $1,675 per person twin share. Book now and receive free petrol. Visit pht.com.au.
When you buy FIVEAA Milk Company milk, you're pretty much buying direct from the farmer. We bottle it and send it straight to the supermarket. We deliver it ourselves too. It means we can give SA dairy farmers the best possible price per litre. So when you buy FIVEAA milk, you're supporting SA dairy farmers and their families. Plus, your money stays here in SA. And in these times, that's good for all of us. Look for the local in your supermarket. FIVEAA Milk Company. We're for SA dairy farmers.
The Mini 2024 plate clearance is on now. Enjoy complimentary on-roads across the range and receive a 3-year 60,000 kilometre Mini service inclusive package. Don't miss out. Offer ends 8th of March 2025. T's and C's apply.
An overly ambitious effort at six-a-side soccer left you feeling knackered? You need a sports drink that stacks up, even when you can't stand up.
Let's go get a Maximus!
Maximus is for rapid hydration during or after at least an hour of exercise.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Good afternoon to you. Happy Tuesday. It's the 4th of March, 7 minutes past 3, and we are now live on the Facebook and YouTube live stream. So jump on and say hi, because it's time for State of the Arts.
5AA's State of the Arts.
And joining me in the studio today is Stephen Zagala, the content coordinator at the South Australian Museum, because we have an Australian first exhibition at our museum right now, don't we, Stephen? Hello, how are you?
We do. Thank you for having me in. Yes, it's wonderful to bring news of this world first.
Yeah, the treasures of the Viking Age. I feel like we are so interested in Vikings. We really have this thirst for knowledge, and we want to know how that whole world operated so many years ago, and now it's right here in Adelaide.
Yeah, and this exhibition really gives you a new sense of just what was important about this period of human history, of radical expansion out of Norway across Europe, as far as North America, really. I mean, people of Norway settled in North America, but they also went east and collected material from the Silk Road, and all of this knowledge comes out of a little discovery that was made in a pasture in southwest Scotland in 2014. So this material it's been shown in Scotland, but it's very much a body material that's still being researched, and we're getting new discoveries from, and this iteration here, the first one outside of Scotland in Adelaide, has some information attached to it that no one's ever heard before. So it really is a world first, and it's very exciting to be hosting such a wonderful exhibition.
Yeah, and I don't remember a Viking exhibition in my time in Adelaide before at the museum. Do you know if there's been one?
No, I don't think there has been. Yeah. And I mean, one of the surreptitious surprises of this coming to Adelaide is that I turned my attention to our existing collection. We have a very rich world cultures collection at the South Australian Museum, and a lot of that material is never seen. And I found this box of 10th century brooches from Sweden that were donated to the South Australian Museum about 70 years ago now, and have never been seen by the public. So we've got these out on display as well to share alongside this travelling show from Scotland.
Yeah, right. So when people come along to check it out, Treasures of the Viking Age, the Galloway Hoard, what sort of objects can they expect to see?
Like most Viking hoards, there's lots of silver. There's bracelets, there's ingots, there's hack silver, there's some items of gold as well, which are relatively rare in Viking Age hoards. And all of this material is dazzling, and the jewellery is incredibly well crafted. Anyone with an interest in jewellery their mind will boggle at the detail and the intricacy of this metalwork. But then at the heart of the hoard is this remarkable vessel that is full of heirlooms and curiosities that we wouldn't naturally look at and say, oh, that's precious. It's not like a slab of gold. But these are items that we know were collected and passed down over generations by the family that eventually buried them in this hole in southwest Scotland. And these things are intriguing. There's a rattlestone in there that's used in childbirth. There's these beads that are traditionally buried with women in France. And there's material that's come from the Silk Road, come from Asia. The vessel itself that houses a lot of these curios and heirlooms is made of silver that we know was mined in current-day Iran and somehow made its way to southwest Scotland. So it really speaks about the Viking Age as this expanded network of cultural interaction and trade.
Yeah, and something I find fascinating about it is, you know, it's just such a different world to the world we live in regards to if you have heirlooms or if you have jewellery or special items, you make sure it's passed down from generation to generation. And you know, there's jewellery that's been passed down in my family from multiple generations, and here we've found this Viking Age jewellery buried.
Absolutely. So it's like a time capsule, really. And this is the fascination for researchers, is that you're unpacking this material thinking, what was important to people in 900 AD? And it's a bit like, imagine finding a rolled up piece of biscuit or chewing gum in your grandmother's jewellery box and thinking, why did she keep that? Like, was that the chewing gum she chewed on her wedding day or something? It has this kind of mystery of intrigue about it. Yeah. The deeper and deeper you go into the hoard.
Yeah, and we're looking at some of the pictures on the live stream. If you want to jump on Facebook or YouTube, some of the beautiful artefacts that are part of the exhibition and the pieces of jewellery and brooches that are included. And Stephen, when we were talking ahead of the interview, you said there's been a song playing in your mind since you first looked at the exhibition, and it's this one. Since you've been gone, all that's left is a band of gold. All that's left of the dreams I had. Band of gold.
Yes, well, there is a beautiful band of gold in the hoard, but I think it's more the sentiment of this song, and particularly Motown soul often leans into love and loss as a kind of affirmation of life, and what you get what the feeling that I'm often left with when I walk around the exhibition is this sense of great lives having been lived and then of disappearing off the face of the earth. We know that there was a group of people involved in the burial of this material. We know they were incredibly well-connected, wealthy, well-travelled, well-connected, probably to clergy. There's material in here that has probably started in ancient Rome and has been passed through the family. They all put this material together like a little time capsule, but they never came back to get it. Yeah. It was left in a field for 1,000 years until some metal detectorists discovered it.
Really?
So you have to ask, what happened? It's like a whole lineage disappeared.
I make fun of my dad because he's got a metal detector in retirement. I hope he's not listening. Sorry if you are, Dad, but maybe I need to take it all back.
It's become very popular in Britain. Apparently, during COVID, it was one of a growing hobby for people. They could wander out in the fields with their metal detectors.
Well, if you might find me some Viking jewellery from, what did you say, 900 AD?
Yep.
Then, yeah. Oh, keep going, Dad, keep going. And I noticed on some of it there were inscriptions on some of the pieces, but they're not obviously in English. So do we know what they say?
Yeah, it's taken a while to interpret a lot of that material, and they're intriguing because the most common object in the hoard are these silver arm rings, which were fashionable for only about 50 years, from about 880 to 930, and this is why they know that the material was buried around 900. But these armbands were almost a form of proto-currency, I suppose. They were started off as ingots that was particularly measured to a certain weight of gold and then flattened. But then they were worn on the arms, as the name suggests, and they were inscribed with runes that they're not Viking runes, or they're not Norse runes. They're actually Anglo-Saxon runes. So you have this cross-cultural hybridity here. You have Viking-style jewellery combined with Anglo-Saxon runes. And the interpretation of these runes has left researchers with the theory that there are at least 4 different parties involved in the burial. These bands are used to wrap up particular parcels within the hoard, and one of them says something to the effect of, "This is the community's wealth." Oh. So it was, there was a collective of people involved in burying this material. And
there you go. It's beautiful. Oh, so make sure you get down to the South Australian Museum to check it out. The exhibition's on until July 27. So
that's right.
You've got time, but it's one of those things. You don't want to put it on your to-do list and then forget about it. And then, we get through this crazy season at the moment and get into winter and forget about it. So make sure you get down to the South Australian Museum to check out the treasures of the Viking Age, the Galloway Hoard, on until July 27. But definitely worthwhile checking it out. Thank you so much for coming in today, Stephen.
Thank you. It's been a delight.
Really appreciate it. That's Stephen Zagala, Content Coordinator with the South Australian Museum. It's 17 minutes past 3 here on 5AA, and up next, talking about the crazy season that we're in at the moment, it is of course Fringe, and Sahani Shah, a mentalist all the way from the UK, is going to join me.
Want to stay living at home as independently as possible? That can come with risks, like falling, especially if you're by yourself. A Vital Call personal alarm can bring peace of mind that Rapid Response is always there for urgent help, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Before anything happens, get a Vital Call personal alarm. You might even be eligible for a free one. Call 1300 Vital Call now.
The Elevate event is on now at Lexus of Adelaide. Take advantage of exceptional value when you purchase any 2024 plate, new or demonstrator Lexus in stock, including the exhilarating NX Hybrid. Plus receive a complimentary upgrade to our Encore Elevate Luxury Benefits program when you purchase before March 31. Visit lexusofadelaide.com.au. LVD 2009.
For over 45 years, Statesman Windows, a third-generation South Aussie family-run business, has helped home renovators and builders bring design, charm and natural light into their homes. With industry-leading turnaround times, Statesman Windows continues to offer value for money, backed up by great service and advice right across Metro and regional South Australia. For windows when and where you want them, call Statesman Windows.
Windows when and where you want them. Oh, windows when and where you want them.
A farmer injured on a remote station. A child with a snake bite. A motor vehicle accident. Anywhere in South Australia, your Royal Flying Doctor Service is there to help, but they can't do their life-saving work without your help. March 5 is Double Up for the Doc Day, where your donation will be matched dollar for dollar by some very generous partners. Make double the difference on Double Up for the Doc Day, March 5. Visit flyingdoctor.com.au.
Start your caravan or motorhome journey with confidence at Camper Agent RV Supercentre. For a limited time, we're offering massive savings and 3-year extended warranty on eligible pre-owned motorhomes from Kia and Talbot. There's also great savings across our huge range of brands, including Winnebago, Windsor, Corrimal and Adria. Make 2025 your best year ever. Visit Camper Agent RV Supercentre Parafield Gardens to find the perfect RV to start your adventure.
Are you doing enough to grow your wealth? Are your superannuation and investments working as well as they should? Jackie from Guardian Wealth Solutions will work closely with you to help make sense of your super and create a roadmap for your financial future. She'll look at everything from your contributions and investment choices to strategies to minimising tax and fees. Instead of hoping for the best, you'll know you're on track to achieve the retirement lifestyle you want. GuardianWealthSolutions.com.au.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
20 minutes past 3 here on 5AA. A little bit of an update to that breaking news we brought you earlier from the AFL. The AFL has now officially announced it has moved to reschedule Thursday night's season opening match between the Brisbane Lions and the Geelong Cats in Brisbane. That is due to Cyclone Alfred, expected to hit the coast of Queensland and northern New South Wales late on Thursday evening. So the AFL says out of an abundance of caution and ongoing communication with the government in Queensland, the Bureau of Meteorology and Stadiums Queensland, they've made that decision to ensure the health and safety of clubs, players and officials. They've also moved to reschedule the Gold Coast Suns match between Essendon on Saturday on the Gold Coast. They'll announce the alternate dates as the season progresses, but they will not be played during this opening round. So finally confirmation from the AFL that those two games have been rescheduled due to the cyclone. 21 past 3 here on 5AA. We're still in State of the Arts and I'm very excited to introduce my next guest to you, Sahani Shah. She's in town from India for Adelaide Fringe with her show Spellbound. She's one of the world's most subscribed mentalists, over 4 million subscribers on YouTube and 2 million on Instagram. Hi Sahani.
Hello, it's so lovely to be here. And you look so fresh and happy and smiling. I wish people could see you right now.
Thank you. Well, you can see us.
Oh,
if
it's
you
a live
jump on,
stream.
Yeah, the live stream, Facebook and YouTube. So jump on and say hi. And I'm feeling a little bit nervous because Sahani, when you walked in, you said, okay, do you want to do some magic?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, please. And you said, is there anything that you don't want anyone to know? And I thought, oh God, I don't know. What secrets do I have?
Oh my God. Yeah, I think it's just important to take consent before I reveal anything.
Fair enough.
Because I have done things in the past which have not been good enough to reveal. So from that moment onwards, I'm like, okay, let's take consent. Are you okay with me revealing this? Is it okay if the world knows about it? So it's just better that way.
No, that's fair enough. No, I appreciated that. I gave my consent and yeah, we've been talking about maybe revealing the names that I'm thinking about naming my child. I don't know the gender, so this is the hard thing. I don't have one name picked out because it's still a surprise to us.
And you've discussed this with your husband. You guys
Yeah.
know the names. And you've never spoken about it on the radio, right?
No,
like
never.
Nobody knows about it.
No one
Never
knows
on the
about it.
internet.
No, never.
Great. This is, first of all, very exciting for me. I've never done this. I've
Okay,
never done
okay.
this where we know the names of the baby that you've thought of in your mind. So I'm very excited to do this myself. Yay. Okay. So, Stacey, you now should have two names in your mind for the boy and for the girl. So you can think of any name. You can think both of them together, however you want. Okay. And think of the first letter of any name. That's fine. And now the other name. Oh, it's the same letter for both the names?
It is, yeah.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, you're very far and I can hardly see you. I'm going to move a little bit.
Let's see if I can. Do you want me to move closer?
No, I'm good like this. Do you mind just keeping your hands on the table?
Sure.
Perfect. And think of the first name in your mind. Second name. Both are short names. Both are like about 3 to 4 letters, 5 letters.
Yep.
Keep saying the name in your mind on repeat. I got
Just so-
one name.
Okay.
Already. I'm going to the next one.
Just so everyone knows, before when Sahani came in, she asked me to write the names down on a piece of paper. She wasn't anywhere near me. I made sure I covered it, and then she took the piece of paper and ripped it up, so it's on the floor. So you haven't seen it. You don't know.
No, like there's no way I can know this. It's
No.
all in your mind.
No.
The only person I think other than you who knows this is your husband, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And I haven't met him. Okay, so one name I've already got is Max.
Wow.
And the
Yes.
second name I'm trying to still get. It is M-A.
Yep.
B. See the next letter in your mind. A. Mabel.
Yes!
Max and Mabel.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Did it.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy. I'm actually gobsmacked. I don't know what to say right now.
Thank you.
I can see why people are so interested in watching what you do online on YouTube and on Instagram. And how long have you been a mentalist?
It's been cool. I must say all my life, because I started performing when I was 7, but I did not start as a mentalist. I started as an illusionist, like a traditional Indian magician. You know, we wear glittery clothes and performing from village to village, city to city. So in a very traditional, conventional magic I started performing with. But gradually I tried to combine my knowledge of psychology with my art of magic, and that's where mentalism took place in my life. It's still been more than a decade performing mentalism.
I've just got all hot and sweaty for some reason. I'm still in shock, because I was discussing this interview with Sam before you got here, and I said I might see if Sahani wants to guess the gender of my baby, and then I thought, oh no, but there's no way for me to confirm that, because I genuinely don't know. So the fact that you've just guessed the names that we're thinking of, that's wow. I'm still gobsmacked. And so when did you learn that you had this skill, or is it something that you train for? You do get, I learned magic as an overall art form. In magic there are various subgenres, like there's journalism, and then in journalism there are various kinds of journalists. There would be digital and press and entertainment and political affairs and stuff like that. Similarly, magic is the parent category, and there are many subgenres: street magic, illusion, escapology, blindfolds, pickpocketing, and many of those. So I started as an illusionist. That's where I got trained mainly. But over the years, when I was performing illusion shows in India, after my shows, people would walk up to me and they would be like, there's a robbery in town, can you tell us who's the culprit using your magical powers? Or if there's somebody who's unwell, they would be like, can you touch this person and cure them of their illnesses? And I used to be like, I'm 9 years old. I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, you should know that magic is an art form. It is not real. But I realized people's faith is the biggest magic. Their belief systems is the most powerful thing. And I realized it's not just in India, it's all over the world. And that's where this entire thing of getting into psychology and understanding people went into it. And I wrote books about my experiences. And this entire journey of understanding human behavior started. And then I wanted to combine both, and that's when mentalism happened. So technically, I'm not trained in mentalism, I'm trained in illusions. But as I kept doing it, and when you're in the field, you live, eat the same thing every day, you automatically learn. And I kept practicing. I was performing almost every day. Wow. It's fascinating. And you would get people saying, well, can you predict the lotto numbers and tell me the numbers that will be called in the lottery this week? And so what do you say to that?
Absolutely. Like since the time I've been in Adelaide, it's always there, but since the time I've been in Adelaide and people have been seeing me somewhere or the other, either they're listening to me on the radio, watching me on television, or seeing my live shows, my inbox is filled. My DMs on my Instagram are filled up with questions like, most of them is this, that can you tell us the lottery numbers? And then there are things like, similarly, like, there's somebody's unwell, can you help us? My life is a mess, can you help us? Can you read this child's mind? And some of them are really very serious. And I don't mean this in just Adelaide, but in general. Apart from the fun bits of, can you tell me what's my girlfriend's phone password? To really serious ones like, my mother is in coma. Can you help us read her mind? Or my child is autistic and he's unable to speak well, but he thinks really well. So can you help us read his mind? So I do get I have this range from fun to really serious to really impossible to something's possible. And I try to figure out where I am really useful and where I cannot. And I try to respond to them as honestly as possible.
Yeah, because I imagine that sometimes you would really want to help people, but there's only so much you can or want to get involved with, especially if it's going through a tough time in people's lives.
Yeah, I try to help as much as I can, but in most of the places, my support might not be that useful. In many cases, it is. So if I can give my time to it, I try to give it. I also have a team that helps me if they want to. So if I cannot do it, and if somebody in my team has time to figure that out, they might do it. We are there. If we can help people, we would love to. This is what my art is for. I don't want to just use it. I definitely want to use it to entertain people, make them believe in wonder, make them believe that anything in this world is possible. But if I can also bring about a change in their personal life, why not?
Yeah. And so when people come along to your show, do you get them involved? Do you get the crowd involved? And is it that type of show, or what can they expect?
it's 100% highly interactive performance. It's high level of audience engagement. So from the first minute of the show, I'm interacting with people. I try to break the wall between me and the audience and just make it like a one big party and let everybody have fun. I'm having a lot of fun when I'm performing. I love what I do, and I make sure that that energy is felt and reflected in my audience members. But I also say this in the start of my show, that if there's anyone who doesn't want to be a part of the performance, I don't want them to look away or be nervous or, they can either be a part of the show or they can sit back and relax. If they don't want to be a part of an act, it's absolutely their choice, and they can always make other person go and just sit back and enjoy. So it's really a very comfortable show for people to watch.
Oh, great. And I know that the reviews have been coming in extremely positive. You won an award this year, a Fringe Award, and you've got shows coming up on Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday at the Garden at 7 p.m, and then you have an extra performance on 5 p.m. on Saturday as well. So you're a busy lady, but thank you for taking some time to come in here, and I'm still in a little bit of shock.
This was a lot of fun. I really loved meeting you, and there's a very fun energy in this studio. I really like it, and I'm loving Adelaide, and I really want to, through the listeners, I really want to tell them that I'm having a lot of fun time in Adelaide. People here are very nice. They're very warm. They're giving me a lot of love and a lot of respect, and the only way I can return is to entertain them, and I hope I'm doing a good job.
Oh, I think you are, based on the reviews. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming in and contributing to the beautiful, fun energy in here in the studio. Thank you, Sahani.
Thank you. Namaste.
Really appreciate it. That's Sahani Shah, and her show is Spellbound. As I say, it's on at the Fringe for the rest of the week. 2 performances on Saturday as well. You can get your tickets at fringetix.com.au. Time for news headlines now, and then it's Turkey Tuesday. Get your nominations in, 8223 0000.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. The Prime Minister is preparing to visit Queensland as tropical cyclone Alfred bears down. SAPOL's first 15 experienced international and interstate recruits have graduated today. Analysts say it's too early to know exactly how the US's decision to pause military aid will impact Ukraine. And in sport, the AFL has postponed the 2 matches scheduled to be played in Queensland, the one on Thursday night and the game on Saturday. The 5AA forecast: sunny this afternoon, sunny and 34 tomorrow. Right now it's 34. We'll have more news at 4 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Discover the joy of family connection in the 7-seat hybrid Mazda CX-80. Now yours from a great drive-away price of $59,990 for the CX-80 G40E Pure. Enjoy 3 spacious rows, hybrid efficiency, and the reassurance of driving ANCAP's safest large SUV of 2024. Visit your local dealer to test drive the Mazda CX-80 today. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. See mazda.com.au for details.
Agatha Christie's breathtaking masterpiece, And Then There Were None. This best-selling crime novel of all time is now a brand new stage production. A tale of 10 strangers lured to a solitary mansion off the English coast. And Then There Were None, directed by Robin Nevin, opens August at Her Majesty's Theatre. Book at andthentherewerenone.com.au.
After weeks of waiting for my husband to attempt to fix our leaking shower, I decided to call in the professionals. MegaSealed fixed my shower for a lot less than I thought and didn't just repair the surface of our tiles. They applied a waterproof grout and injected a waterproof repairer underneath our tiles without removing them. If you have missing grout or silicone, cracked tiles, stubborn mould, or just want your leaky shower fixed by the professionals, head to megasealed.com.au.
Already dreaming of your next holiday? Here's your chance to put some money towards it and make it happen. Join us at CMAX for a clinical trial. You will be doing your part to help shape the future of healthcare and advance medical research. And when you complete any CMAX trial, you will get paid for your time. Hello, holiday. Visit cmax.com.au to sign up today. That's cmax.com.au.
Next time you pour Fluorio milk into your coffee or tea, Over your cereal or in your smoothie, you're closer to being an SA dairy farmer than you think. 100% of Fluorio Co milk comes from our state's best dairy farmers and their families. So when you buy any Fluorio milk product, you become part of that big family too, doing your bit to support our farming families. Look for the local in your supermarket. Fluorio Milk Company. We're for SA dairy farmers.
City Discount Tires.
Get saving this month at City Discount Tires. Grab 3 Falcon Zig ZE 310R passenger car tyres and get the 4th tyre absolutely free. Experience top-notch performance with exceptional grip on both wet and dry surfaces. Steer your way to citydiscounttires.com.au for even more great deals. City Discount Tires. We're driven by value.
City Discount Tires.
Always live. 5AA. Always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Good afternoon to you and happy Tuesday. I've got to admit, I'm still in shock. Sahani Shah with her show Spellbound in town. She's a mentalist, and I was not expecting her to guess the names that my husband and I have been discussing for our baby. I wasn't expecting that at all. Whew, I'm feeling nervous. I am. I'm getting like hot sweats. There you go. She's on at the Fringe all week until Sunday rather. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the Garden. Shows at 7 p.m. and then an extra show at 5 p.m. on Saturday. So if it sounds like your thing, I'd say it's definitely worth getting along to check it out. All right, 8223 0000 is the number to call. You know what time it is.
Time to call in and nominate your Turkey of the Week for Stacey Lee's Turkey Tuesday.
Who's done something silly? Who needs to be called out on the radio? Who forgot to take the bins out or forgot to put the dishwasher on? Maybe it's a self-nomination. We love a self-nomination on Turkey Tuesday. They're often the best ones. Or if you just want to nominate someone else, that's nice and fun as well. 8223 0000 is the number to call. Andrew on the text line says, I nominate Andrew Dillon for Turkey of the Week for his announcement yesterday saying they might not make a call on the Queensland games because of the cyclone until hours beforehand. Okay, well, Andrew, I can confirm that the AFL has now officially announced that the games are not going ahead. The Brisbane game on Thursday night and then the game on the Gold Coast on Saturday, both of them have been postponed. There's no replacement dates announced yet, but they've said they'll announce the alternate schedule for those matches as soon as possible. They're working with the clubs and the venues on possible scenarios, but they will not be happening this week during opening round. So, yeah, I was a bit surprised by that as well. I've got to say, I thought the AFL waited a bit too long. I mean, it's a cyclone. It's not going away. Just make a call. And they have. They've made a call now. 2 days out. But anyway. 8223 0000 is the number to nominate your turkey. Maybe I'm the turkey this week for not expecting. I was a bit of a skeptic before Sahani came in. I was a bit of a skeptic. And yeah, there you go. Now she's guessed my baby names. They're out there for everyone. 8223 0000 is the number to call if you've got a turkey. I also still have Fringe tickets to give away. Don't forget the prize for Turkey Tuesday is a can of Turkey Flat Vineyards Rosé. Not a can, not just one. You get a whole case. You get a whole case of cans. I wouldn't do that. A whole case of cans of Turkey Flat Vineyards Rosé. It tastes just as good in a can as it does in the wine bottle. So you will love it. It's one of my favourites. Well, it is my favourite rosé. One of my favourite wines. You'll love it. So make sure you get on the phone. 8223 0000 is the number to call. I was interested to read a story today in The Advertiser. From time to time, there are these studies done by companies and you know, often the results of the study favour the company that's done the study. This one was commissioned by Whisker's Cat Food. And It's about cats, and the research shows a significant proportion of Australians admit to hating cats despite never having owned or lived with one. And it got me thinking, I wouldn't say I hate cats, but I don't love cats. I wouldn't have a cat as a pet, but I fall into this category. I've never owned or lived with one. So as I say, this survey was commissioned by Whiskers, and it revealed 15% of Australians said they disliked cats. Only 15%. And in South Australia, it's slightly higher. 16% say they dislike cats. Now, as is often the case with these studies, there's a reason behind it. They've done the study as they're running a foster care conversion program designed to convert cat haters by giving them a chance to win or to own a cat for 2 weeks. Would you take them up on the offer? Maybe we should do a snap poll. Should we do a snap poll?
Yeah, mate, yeah, nah, yeah.
Stacey's Snap Poll.
Are you a cat hater or a cat lover? I think we'd have both listening on the afternoons program. 8223 0000 is the number to call. I'll give a double pass to Hans to a lucky caller this half hour. If you would like to go and see Hans at Gluttony at the Fringe, call now and let me know. Are you a cat hater or a cat lover? Hans is on at Gluttony in Rymel Park. It's the home of the biggest shows this Fringe, and you can get your tickets at gluttony.net.au, or you can get them for free right here. Con on the text line already says, my wife loves dogs and cats, and get this, she was born in a Sicilian village called Canicattì. The literal translation is dog and cat. There you go. Oh, I like that, Con and McGill. It's meant to be. Thank you for that. The number to text 0448 08 1395. Or you can give me a call, 8223 0000 is the number. We'll do a snap poll. Are you a cat lover, cat hater? Deborah in Woodville Gardens, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm a cat lover, but at the moment I'm not liking them because I have 2 stray cats digging my garden up, and it is very annoying. I don't know where they're coming from, but there's 2 of them hanging around all hours of the day and night.
Oh, it's infuriating, isn't it, Deborah?
It is, yes, very.
Oh. Okay, so I'm putting you down as a lover.
Yes, okay, thank you.
But just not right now. Is that
No,
fair?
that's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough. We've got a cat in our neighbourhood who's looked after by multiple houses in the street, and I don't think it belongs to anyone in particular, but people do feed it. And I'm told it's well looked after, but it does the same thing. It comes into my yard and digs up our garden and scares my dog because my dog's
same here.
not very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's very annoying.
I feel your pain. Yeah. Oh, thanks for the call, Deborah.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
See ya. You too. Bye.
Bye.
That's Deborah in Woodville Gardens. 8223 0000 is the number to call. Are you a cat lover or a cat hater? Sue has sent me a photo of her cat, Benson. Benson doesn't mind. He loves you. Oh, it's a video of her cat. Very, very cute. Keep them coming. 0448 08 1395, or send me a text 0448 08 1395. After 4 o'clock, Rowie and Timmy G are going to be on with the sports show, and I'm sure they've got some thoughts about this official announcement now, finally, from the AFL, that the 2 games set to take place in Queensland for the opening round have been postponed, but we don't have a replacement date announced yet. We just know they won't be played during this opening round. It is, of course, because of Cyclone Alfred, which is due to make landfall late Thursday night. The Brisbane game was meant to be on Thursday night, and the cyclone was meant to land, well, the worst of it was meant to hit around midnight, the Bureau says. So those winds would have been coming through a little bit earlier. So while the game was on, you'd be thinking damaging wind, waves, and the potential for intense rainfall as well. Up to 300 mils was possible, according to Rob Sharp, the meteorologist we spoke to earlier today. So I think this is very welcome news that these 2 games have now been postponed. We'll see what Rowie and Timmy think after 4 o'clock. Let's go to Brenda in Fulham. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, love. My sister loves cats, and she's taken one, had one sent over. She moved to Adelaide about 10 months ago, and she got someone to look over after this stray cat that she had, someone's stray cat, and he was delivered to her a few months later when she got a place to live in. Now, that's a cat lover.
Oh, wow. How
Someone's
nice is
stray
that?
cat.
Stray cat.
That used to come to her place all the time, and when she sold her place, she was devastated, and she felt sorry for him. Now he's back here in Adelaide with her. How's that?
Oh,
From
my
Sydney.
goodness. Oh, so there are some special people in the world. She must be a lover.
He adores her too, this cat. She
so
talks to him and everything. She said he understands her, so that's fine.
How beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you, Brenda. Appreciate the call.
Good luck to you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling.
See ya. That's Brenda in Fulham. Let's go to Andrews Farms. Hi, Rob.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Excellent. Well, I'm a lover, definitely a lover, but Lisa's worse. She has a laptop next to her bed and calls the cat over. The cat comes and lays right in front of the laptop when we go to bed each night.
Pride of place on the lap. Of course. Oh, very cute.
He gets all the love and attention, for sure.
Yep, exactly. Well, they're loved, and they love you right back. That's nice.
Oh, absolutely. And he's kept inside too. He doesn't go out straying at night.
Yeah, good.
So I think that's how a cat should be. It's
Yes.
kept inside at all times.
Yes, I'm with you. I think so as well. Thanks for the call, Rob.
No worries.
See ya. Bye. That's Rob in Andrews Farm. 8223 0000 is the number to call. Getting some texts here. Howard says, hate cats. And Helen in Blackwood, I love cats and I always have them as pets. My neighbour's cat lives at our place most of the time and comes in our cat door. Oh, that's nice. Ben's in Seaford Meadows. Hello, Ben.
Hey, Stacey, how you going?
Good.
I call myself a cat disliker. I've actually got a cat, but he's a bit of an interesting cat. Teases the dogs. Never happy being inside or outside. He's got a cat run, but he used to be an inside-outside cat, and now he just doesn't really like whenever he doesn't, because he can't go outside. He's not happy, but then he can go into a cat run, which is okay for him, but he doesn't like that either. So yeah, he's just never happy. So. Yeah.
He doesn't like being outside, doesn't like being inside.
No. When he's inside, he wants to be outside. When he's outside, he wants to be inside.
Yep.
And we've had to put him in the laundry at night because if you don't do that, then he'll come annoy you in the middle of the night, which is really frustrating. So our cat's actually put us off cat.
Yeah.
Whereas Whiskers is, say, the other way around. Is it Whiskers?
Yeah, Whiskers, yeah.
Yeah, Whiskers think 2 weeks of a cat is going to make you fall in love with them. Well, us the other way around.
That's very good, Ben. Well done. I like it. Thank you. See ya. That's Ben in Seaford Meadows. Oh, that's good. Oh, so many good contenders in there. You know what? Brenda in Fulham. You're getting the Hans tickets. Congratulations. You've won tickets for you and a friend to see Hans Young, Fun and 21 in the Flamingo at Gluttony and Rymel Park, the home of the biggest shows this Fringe. Get your tickets at gluttony.net.au. Congratulations to you, Brenda. Ben in Seaford Meadows, he's getting a Wallace Cinemas family pass. I like that. We've got a cat, but he's turned us off other cats. So congratulations to you, Ben. Wallace Cinemas family pass coming your way. Mitcham, Mount Barker, the Piccadilly, Noarlunga, all sessions are at wallace.com.au. Oh, we're getting a couple of turkey suggestions come through on the text line. We'll take a quick break and then, actually, I've just thought of a turkey as well. I've got a turkey of the week, so we'll do some turkey of the week calls up next. 8223 0000. Who needs to be called out? Who deserves to be nominated for Turkey Tuesday?
Dinner. It's somewhere between lunch and falling asleep watching. But no one's watching TV when you and the fam get KFC's $24.95 boneless dinner, tenders, nuggets, and the endless entertainment of popcorn chicken. KFC. FLG. Not available on delivery.
Tickets for the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery are over 80% sold. It's not too late. You could win the life-changing $3.5 million Scott Salisbury Grand Prize in Somerton Park. Fully furnished with $500,000. You could be living the dream mortgage-free. HomeLottery.com.au. Life-changing prices. Life-changing impact. HomeLottery.com.au. Licence M14673.
The Gas Shop has the longest fireplace in Adelaide. There is literally a wall of gas fire heaters from all the best brands. And they're all fired up, so you can see how good they look and feel their incredible warmth. Plus, for a limited time, there's a range of rebates available from Australian gas networks. Heating, cooking, comfort. Turn on to the Gas Shop. 161 Unley Road, opposite Target.
There's one word that should be deleted forever. It transcends language, culture, geography, status, and it doesn't discriminate. That word is cancer, and until we can delete it, we're going to treat it. Lift Cancer Care is dedicated to offering additional cancer services to complement your existing treatment plan. We collaborate closely with your medical team to achieve the best outcomes for your diagnosis. So, if you or a loved one are ever struck with the C word, think of the L word first. liftcancercare.com.au.
They live in filth, bins and excrement. They carry disease and they want to suck your blood. Flies and mosquitoes. Oh, that's no way to live. And it doesn't have to be. With Phantom retractable screens, up to 9 metres wide, they can screen almost anything. Protect your family with Phantom retractable screens. phantomscreens.com.au.
The Mini 2024 plate clearance is on now. Enjoy complimentary on-roads across the range and receive a 3-year 60,000 kilometre mini service inclusive package. Don't miss out. Offer ends 8th of March 2025. T's and C's apply.
If you need to fix your pipes, call Precise. Call Precise. If your toilet's blocking up, call Precise. Call Precise. If your lights aren't turning on, or your hot water is gone, or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Precise.
Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Call 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Local and experienced trade specialists.
Or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Call Precise.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Eight minutes to 4 here on 5AA. Oh. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button there as usual. Just pressing all the buttons. Sorry, Timmy. Losing
you're saying hello at turkeys.
I'm
How dare
losing
you?
it today.
Here
we go.
You well?
Well, it is Turkey Tuesday,
Mm.
and we're getting lots of turkey nominations in
Are
on
ya?
the text line. If you'd like to call,
Who's been
give us a
popular
call.
or what's been popular?
8223 0000. Tom says it has to be Trump, Trump, Trump.
Okay.
Okay, so we're getting Trump.
Okay.
And Graham says surcharges on credit cards. He's nominated surcharge.
Ah, surcharge.
Yep.
He deserves it.
He does. Surcharge should always be
Yes.
nominated.
Oh, a
Yep.
terrible. One of the worst nights of the round table,
Yep.
surcharge.
Two
Yeah.
purchases while out for lunch, surcharges, then a message from the bank, overdrawn.
Oh,
come on. I've had something similar recently where I had a gift voucher for... Oh, actually, it was at a chemist, and I returned something, and then they give you a voucher instead. So I had this voucher, and I can't remember. Maybe just say it was for $30.
Yeah.
And I wanted to buy something for $25, and then I still had $5 left, and I went to use the $5, but didn't realise the original $25 purchase had a surcharge, so I didn't know how much was left on the card.
So it actually reduced it to zip.
Well, there was $4. 80 something
wow.
after the surcharge, but who knows how much is on there because you don't know how much the surcharge was.
No visibility on it.
Ridiculous.
Incredible.
Ridiculous. And then my other turkey this week is I went into a clothing store to buy some clothes and they will not serve you.
That's probably the best spot.
Yeah.
Okay. They won't serve you.
No, they won't serve you.
What's this pretty woman?
They send you to, yeah, well, I felt like that. A big mistake. Just
big.
Just minus the credit card.
Oh, love it. And they wouldn't serve you.
No, they wouldn't. No, we don't serve you. Go over to the self-serve.
In a clothing store?
In a clothing store, then they had the little, the security tags.
How do you get them off?
Well, they had a machine for you to do it yourself. And I said, I'm sorry.
Everything's do it
I don't
yourself.
know how to do the tagging thing.
Gee whiz.
And then I got home One of the items still has a tag on it, of course, because
see.
I forgot. I didn't realise that's how I had to
You're walking
do it.
around with a big security tag on you. People accusing you of
You're wondering
shoplifting.
what's hanging off the back of my dress today. It's the security tag.
Oh, there
I
you
didn't
go.
steal it, I promise.
You might be
I'm not
starting
brave
something.
enough to do that.
Might be starting something. Bit of fashion.
Bit of fashion.
Like it.
We have had Andrew Dillon nominated as a turkey this week.
Just for taking too long?
Yeah. What do you? Surely they could have done this days ago.
I'm wondering what the hold-up was, and I wonder whether there was one, broadcasting issues, whether they needed to sort that out with the broadcast partners first, and whether they were trying to negotiate something there. Then I wonder whether they were talking to the Queensland government and saying, do you guys want to pull the blind down on this one, and then we're not to blame. What was holding that up? Because I can tell you, as early as this morning, it was reported that it could be a 10 o'clock press conference to say it. So there must have been something holding it up, because there's no way those two games could go underway. Not for the safety and the like of everybody. And there was a really good point made. One, what about the Essendon and Geelong teams having to come up into that? So who knows, flights might get cancelled, you name it. Then they might get grounded there, can't get out there.
Yeah.
And then the families themselves from Brisbane and Gold Coast, they want to look after their houses, their property, everything else. So it's got to be safety first, and then we can reschedule those games.
Yeah.
We'll work it out.
And I understand, they have to talk to broadcasters. It's a business. It's a game that's broadcast. I get that, but this is a decision that is a no-brainer. It's a cyclone.
Yesterday,
come on.
They said, we had a little grab, it said, Angela and said, we'll make a call on that later in the week. I said, it is later in the week, because Monday to Thursday, that's later in the week.
Yeah.
It is later in the week, so you got to make that call, and they've done it now.
Done it now.
We'll reschedule. I think, what would you say, just logic prevailed?
Yeah.
Simple
Absolutely.
as that. Bit of common sense, the old
Bit of
common sense.
Yeah, I know.
Beautiful. Big show tonight.
Yes.
We'll have John Ralph coming on. He's going to report about exactly that.
good.
Eddie Maguire coming on, because they've got the new look footy classified happening, and we'll ask him about a few issues happening around today. The AFLPA, that's the Players Association. So if you like, in a better term, the union of the players. Paul Marsh, the CEO of that, he's going to come on the show and go through a couple of the issues that they are looking at, always dealing with as far as players go. We've got a young man called Pana Kikianis. He's a young Socceroo that just played in the Under-20 Asia Cup that the young Socceroos won in an incredible penalty shootout, and he did it really well. He's pretty cool. And then we're going to ask one player that you could bring back from history to put in your team today.
Oh,
You like that?
I like that.
Giddy up.
Oh, giddy up. We'll be listening after 4. Rowie and Timmy G. We're mixing our animal metaphors there. Giddy up on Turkey Tuesday doesn't quite work. But anyway, thank you, Timmy. Make sure you stay listening. Thanks for all of your calls and your texts today, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Coming up next, Adelaide's only local sport show. It's the very latest in sport, live from Adelaide. Enjoy the crisp, clear digital sounds now.